Jane Ash Portress was just announced that she won the Lieutenant Governor General Award for Arts in Alberta, and she will be honored on April 9th for her contribution to arts in Alberta. And so she is also teaches Native Studies at the University of Alberta, and she's had a wonderful education, master's in fine art, in printmaking. She's also has degrees in microbiology, so very diverse. And her paintings are absolutely wonderful. What she does is she sort of juxtaposes images to create a story and to teach us a little bit. For example, in this painting, you have symbols of innocence, the baby and the papoose. This is the Dalai Lama as a young boy. And she uses international imagery to convey that we are all one. And down here you have a picture of Ted Kennedy, and the Kennedys were such a symbol of freedom and democracy in North America, and then Obama, So it's really interesting that she pulls these links, and that's aside from being a great painter, she does have some social, political messages. Daphne Ojig, these are the works for the exhibition. Right here? And yeah, right here. And they range from mythical Ojibwe imagery, like the Nana Bush, and then the Nana Bush and the Corn Man, and these are all legends. And Daphne has had some little legend books that were printed years ago, and they're back in publication now, and they were distributed throughout schools across Canada to teach about Ojibwe culture and legend. So these are them, and she does also other. This is so Cubist and Picasso-like. This one I think is called. Let's see if it's called Possessed. So she has a person that looks like they're struggling with a snake that's wrapped around them. So you have some biblical content as well as influences from non-native culture combined with First Nations stories and storytelling. Laird Goulet is a young artist from Saskatchewan who's just starting out, and he's influenced by his grandfather and his grandmother. So the images that he projects are often of fishing and pulling nets in with fish and making bannock and things like that. But the application of work influenced by his grandmother's beading and the birch bark bitings. So they're quite abstract, but then if you look really close, you could see a moose here and a tree. Do you see the antlers and the face of the moose, and then up here is a different dimension. So now he's bringing in some of the myths and legends from his culture, and he talks about this one's called colonization, and the geese are flying from the astral world or from the alternate universe into, and they change colors, into our physical world. And this is a lake, and then the waterfall that goes down the lake, and then he has little stories. And some of the younger artists too are actually writing their thoughts or their stories to the work, so that when you can view them, you get a better understanding. Some of the artists that have pioneered certain genres of art would need interpreting because they painted it, but they never spoke about it. So it's quite interesting. Linus Wood's apprentice.
This is him, right?
Yeah, under Jane Ash Portress, who's that well-known artist that we just spoke of. And his works are, he's an exceptional painter in terms of technique. He does a lot of backwash to his work and layering of color. He's very, his works are very well executed, and he has a lot of followers because of that. But the imagery are sort of historical, and he dedicates a lot of the work to the celebration of horses in Native culture. and to one man that still is a horseman on his reserve, and his name is Manus. So he puts Manus up on the horse in different sort of historical imageries, the headdress, or the, or riding, the horses. And the horses are often painted because, in his culture, to thank the horse for its service, whether it's for hunting or buffalo hunt or for war party and fighting, to honor the horse that has served them, they would paint beautiful images on them. And traditionally, that's why you see when they talk about painted horses, that's what they were doing. They were thanking the horse for a successful assistance with whatever they were doing. Somebody like Jason Carter, who's from Edmonton, he's quite well known. His works are more contemporary. You almost see this negative space. They almost have like more of a graphic nature. But, the wolf, animals have symbolic value attached to them, and the wolf is a pathfinder, a teacher. And, the eagle's a symbol of friendship and peace. So, when you were asking about what is different about this gallery, and I mentioned that it's a way to educate people. There's so much to bring forth and tell people. People can relate to the symbolic value. The bear is a symbol of medicine and power and protection. The salmon's a symbol of great fortune. And so that there's so much of that goes on. So that's part of the storytelling as well.